everybody. Come on in here. Come on, come on. Welcome to the podcast, cuz let's talk about it with
Hey.
TNT. Tick, tick, boom, baby. How you doing, Miss Tiffany Noel?
Oh, and Miss Tracy Janelle, I am doing so good. Let me tell you a little bit about what has been going on since the last time we've talked. Um,
Okay, okay.
it's not too much. I just, want to talk to y'all about my little rabbit holes that I've been going through or going down. I tell you I watch some weird stuff. But so remember we were talking about how I am doing prepping, trying to get the dinners ready, all prepared so that everything people can go to sleep when they're supposed to go to sleep. So, when you kind of click on the wrong path. And so I went down a slightly separate path of preparation and I went down like the prepper's path. The prepper's path. And it was
Girl.
so cool though. It was very interesting. But it also kind of got me to thinking like, is prepping like really for crazy, crazy people or is it, just in case? You know what I mean? Like maybe I should get me so anyway, long story short, I've been planning on getting what you call a bug out bag. And we'll talk about these
Okay.
at a later date, but a bug out bag. And that's just basically a little book bag in case anything go down. There's a tsunami,
Wow.
or something we could put that bag on and have, the little, first aid and things to make fire, little weird, maybe snacks, something, maybe all the power goes out and we just need something to survive for a little bit. So yeah, I'm like, look, I'm looking like a little nervous wreck. But anyway, that's what I've been doing for the last few days, going down that path, and I'm gonna have to quit it because it makes me nervous a little bit. But how have you
No,
been
I'm
doing, Miss
actually
Tracy?
sitting up here listening to you, sister. Like, I need to tighten up my game. Every time I talk to your ass, I'm like, Tracy, tighten it up. Tighten it up.
Oh no,
That makes sense. I should have a fucking, what is it called, girl?
a bug out bag, a
Yes,
bug
just in
out
case
bag.
motherfuckers start bugging out. I'm
Right,
ready. I love
exactly,
that.
definitely.
Okay,
But
so let me
yes,
tell you
and
what your good sis been doing now.
yes, please do.
I've been working so hard. I have Tracy Care, so I got a community service project going on. I'll tell y'all about that later. And then I'm still working my regular 9 to 5. And, I'm just chasing my dreams one half of the week and then doing what I have to do to maintain the other half. And it's making for a very fatigued Tracy. So I'm just trying to find that balance where I can, still have fun and still feel productive. So that's where I'm at with it.
Look, sis, and I love that. I always look at how busy you are, and I'm like, oh, you said that you got to step your game up. Every time I hear about something you do, and I'm like, man, I got to step my game up. Like, I really do. I love everything. And I'm like, and I
Oh,
know there's like those internal struggles, things that,
yeah.
nobody else sees but you and your household, but you wear it well. And I
Oh,
wish you the best. Keep it going. Yep.
that's my sister right there, y'all. That's why we TNT. We tick tick boom, baby. Okay, let's
There
tick
you
off
go.
this wonderful show we got for the people. What we got, Tiff? What we doing?
Oh man. Okay. So this first segment is, the workplace a horror story from hell. Usually it's signed anonymous.
Right.
Usually. But I've been on these YouTube and social media streets and I've been running into some things. And it's kind of current events too. So I wanted y'all to see what has happened in
Okay.
this person's work life and how it kind of went down. So I'm gonna share this screen real quick. Let's see, and hopefully it's not some commercials, but here we
I
go.
laid off from my job at CBS, and every producer on my team who got laid off is a person of color. Every person who gets to stay and will be relocated within the company is a white person. Now, in my meeting with the executive who told me I was getting laid off, I specifically asked him if it was a consideration for us to be relocated somewhere else within the company, and he said that we advocated to keep the show. We advocated to try to get you relocated somewhere, and we couldn't. Because I asked him, why are you the person who is making this decision or delivering the news that we're being laid off? And he said, oh, it could have been anyone. Only to later find out, because it wasn't until I went downstairs, thinking that me and all of my colleagues had been laid off, that I found out that it was only the people of color. So I went one by one to my white colleagues. Are you getting laid off? No. 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 So I went back up to his office. You said that you couldn't get us relocated, only to find out that you were able to get some people relocated, and they all happen to be white. Am I supposed to believe that that's a coincidence? And he said, yes. I'm supposed to believe that's a coincidence. I said, do you believe that's a coincidence? He said, I do, because I chose to keep the people who I had worked with before.
This was always the plan. The fact that they wanted to get rid of DEI was not getting rid of unqualified people of color. It was about silencing our voices. There was massive layoffs yesterday at CBS, which some people are calling a bloodbath. And one of the units that was slashed was the race and culture. The race and culture unit was tasked with overseeing news stories about race, culture, and injustices, ensuring they have the proper context and tone. The CEO of Paramount, David Ellis, will say that he's doing all this because he's trying to root out ideological biases at CBS. But from what we're seeing, he only wants a certain voice at CBS. Voices that will not challenge the status quo, and really any voices that just doesn't align with their white viewpoint. As people of color, we've always thought that the media was way too biased against our communities, using black and brown bodies way too much to try and scare people every night on the news. And there were few changes being made to try and let voices from those communities come in and again give context to stories. But all that is being thrown out the window. I think it's time Black...
All right, sis. So, what do you think about that work story from hell? That definitely felt like a work story from hell to me. What do you say?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to commend him for not just accepting the answer. I feel us as a culture, we always have to be willing to ask the question that I ask every day in so many facets is by what authority? By
Right.
what authority do you say this to me? By what authority do you make these changes? You know what I'm saying? By what authority do you affect change in my life and in my household? I always ask that question. And for reasons like this, we are sorely and severely and purposely misinterpreted and misrepresented. And what I mean by misrepresented is the messenger. They want the wrong messenger to tell us shit. You understand me? With all due respect, can't no white person teach me about black history. Do you understand me?
Exactly.
So to get rid of a whole department that is responsible for ensuring that our voices and stories are being told in a way that is truly representing, our culture, that's a problem. So I commend him for just going the extra step. My man had time today. He went around asking people, okay? He
Period.
had time today.
Exactly.
But we need more platforms like Cuz Let's Talk About It with TNT. We are coming to you
Exactly.
with cultural topics about our community that need to be discussed by people that look like us and talking to people that look like us. You understand? So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a horrible, but it is an eye opener, and that we need more platforms like you and I have created for our people. What do you think,
Exactly.
sis?
I definitely agree. I agree in everything that you just said. One of the things, I guess the very first thing, I don't know why I keep on putting myself in like such the older person, but I love seeing younger people standing up and asking questions. I think that more and more we're developing as a people to actually stand up for ourselves, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing. Now, on the other hand, I'm looking at these things like the events that are happening similar to these, and I'm like, people are telling us right to our face exactly what it is and how they feel about us,
Yeah.
in our face. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I believe on that video and that post, there was a question posed at the end, basically saying, what about us getting our own platforms, our own? And just like you were saying, we're using, unfortunately, this is, we're through, the platforms that we're using, but we're using our voices and what we have, at our disposal. But what about creating those things? So
Mhm.
that goes into a whole nother thing, because then we're going to talk about Black support and, relationships
Yeah.
between us and things that we have to fix. But that is the next step. Us Black and brown people should definitely get together to where we can stand up for ourselves, and actually be a force to be reckoned with. So That is kind of what
Absolutely.
I feel about that, and definitely making people answer for what they say. Like, I'm gonna
Yes.
ask very direct questions. So you said this, and you said that, okay, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the detective work. And trust me, like I said, this is me as well. Like, and I'm gonna make sure I write that email. So per our conversation, you said this, this, and this, and this. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
everything. Cover myself and everything. So good job to that young man, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say FCBS at this point. We're gonna have to figure out how we can, not support who doesn't support us. So that is
Absolutely.
what I say
Absolutely.
there.
You said what you said, sis. You said what you said.
So yeah, I was like, I felt real serious at that point. But yeah, that's how I feel. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a heavy one. I didn't think that was gonna be that heavy, but yeah, it was a little heavy.
We step
And that
heavy.
was
That's what we
just
do over here. You know, that's what we do on this
right,
show.
right.
All right.
And
So
that was
segment
just
two. Oh, I'm sorry. So did you have
no.
something else?
I was about to pass it to you for segment two. Go ahead,
Well,
sis.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, all right.
All right, so segment two, we are doing some positivity. Guess who popped they ish? Guess who popped they
Hey,
ish? And tonight we are honoring our girl Angel Reese. Angel Reese,
yes,
yes. Angel Reese is the first pro athlete to walk in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. That's right. She is a pro athlete in the WNBA.
Chicago
She's a
Sky's
forward for the
Angel Reese
Chicago
is now the
Sky.
first professional athlete.
go ahead, sis.
Oh, okay. So Angel Reese is the first pro athlete to walk in the Victoria's Secret show. I just take my hat off to this young lady, first of all. She's faced so much backlash in her very young career. I think people forget how young this young lady is. I've seen so many posts bashing her. I mean, just from every angle, her level of intelligence, her body, imagery, just everything. And she's handled herself like a queen, like a young black queen, so poised, so professional, but she's still been answering them bills and checking them low key. She saw a caricature of her release that was so offensive, you could tell that it was racially motivated. My girl say she got her lawyers on standby, like what we doing? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
Angel Reese, I salute you. I am so proud of you for all your accomplishments, especially at this young age. You are definitely someone these young ladies can look up to. And yeah, you popped your ish, girl. What you think, sis?
Listen,
Did you see it?
I did, and I want to say it was a very proud moment for me. I first of all, when she walked
Hmm.
out, I was like, "This is what models are supposed to look like." Like, she
Okay.
got the body in shape. She looks healthy.
Yes.
And I thought that that was awesome. I love that she got the title of the first pro athlete, right, to run the
Yeah.
runway.
Yeah.
I think that that's beautiful, and I think that is a wonderful opportunity for her. I feel the same joy that I felt for Queen Latifah when she was what you call it, the cover girl. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah. Easy breezy cover girl.
there you
Yes.
go. Yep. So
And I
that's what
want
I
to touch
felt.
on that real quick since you brought that
Uh
up
huh.
because it is aligned with that. So this is just to show you what positive representation can do for you. Queen Latifah is a plus size woman. I'm a plus size woman. So for me to have seen her be a cover girl in all her glorious splendor and curves, like that
Exactly.
made me feel good. So I can only imagine what this representation of Angel Reese is doing for our community and the young ladies coming up in the game. And man, just kudos to her. Big up, big up, big up.
Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. All.
And what we got
Um.
next, sister?
So, what we have next is going to be now, why would you go and say this, right? So, why
Okay.
would you go and say that? So, this has to, so I really did try to kind of stay away from political stuff, but like I said, the rabbit hole, ever since, Charlie Kirk was, murdered, a lot of the people that I was watching, streaming, podcasts, and everything, they got stuck on this Charlie Kirk, subject matter, which I get it, whatever. But because of, I guess, the whole way that everything pops up, other people that I would not even know or anything like that start popping into my feed. And so I learned about a gentleman by the name of Officer Tatum. Whoa.
Okay.
Let me tell you about this man. So, I mean, I barely even know about this man. Let me not act like I'm about to just drop straight facts, but I'm about to drop exactly what I have found out so far. We will be learning together. Y'all can teach me. It is fine. But what I found out is what Officer Tatum, ex police officer, he's not even a police officer anymore, but he basically was like a black conservative. He wore that black conservative cap where, you know, all black people aren't niggers, you know, like that type of. He had a lot of rhetoric where it was like, there's some good black people, there's some bad black people, and definitely kind of said a lot to denigrate black people in general to make us look bad in a bad light. And because I learned about him, I started learning about a lot of these black people that are called conservatives that have been, you know, been talking bad about us. And since I'm not on that side of anything, I don't see none of it. I'm like, oh, they are dirty, right? But Brandon Tatum, he's one of these guys. And so he's been, I guess, ever since Charlie Kirk's death, he's been falling out with these right-wing MAGA people. And there's this one guy who, again, learned about him too. This guy named Nick Fuentes, a young, like, he's not even MAGA. I think he's a Nazi. I think he's a self-proclaimed white supremacist. He don't give a damn about nobody but white America. He don't care about helping Israel. He like, what? Why? Why are you doing that? He thinks, you know, black people are the scum. If you're not white, you are the scum of the earth. He has nothing to do with you. And so now he sees this Officer Tatum crying about, you know, about his fallout with Turning Point and all those people. And then you have, so he's basically calls him, listen, you were a coon, you were a sellout to your own people. We're done with you. Your use has been used up. You are a DI hire and your use is done for. And so now Officer Tatum comes back. This is the part of, you know, the segment. He's basically saying, oh my gosh. So basically, because they're outing him, he was like, how do you guys side with these racists when I am a black conservative and I am with you? You're stupid. I'm sorry. I wasn't even supposed to give my opinion first. Exactly. So this is
the cat out the bag, y'all.
Right. But you know, now why would you go and say that? Why would you? And now he's trying to team people around him to save him. But when I tell you this Nick Fuentes, when I tell you he don't care, like I'm not. I won't even put a clip in this video. I don't even know. Maybe I don't know. But we'll see. It's so bad. He called them all. He called them the N words. He called them from Rooted to the Two. Don't even want to give that air, but he did so much. And so now Officer Tatum is butthurt. So yeah, what do you say about this, sis?
I say stupid is stupid does. Okay? You did stupid shit and now you got a stupid prize. What did you expect? This is my problem with everybody. Not that you can't be a black conservative. Let me clarify that, okay? Because I think that's where the lines get blurry. You can have a conservative set of views, right? That does not make you a coon or a house, you know what, okay? Not in my opinion, right? You just have a certain set of values that is what you believe, like, right? That's fine. Difference of opinion is what this country should be about. Different vantage point, you know, all of that good shit. But when you think that because you are aligning yourself with a group of people that hate you understand me, just so you can be accepted in that moment, because that's all it was. You were accepted for a purpose. They used you. And now because they're done using you, you want to come back and you actually got the audacity to think we finna defend you? No. Get you with your ass back over there with your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
You did that to yourself. And I don't think we need to be coddling him or like, wow, that was wrong, or like, because this is what you did to us. Self-hatred is real. That shit is real. He hates his very essence. How can you hate everything that looks like you? You know what I mean? It's not about having a different set of values. I think this is about self-hatred, and that's the only way you could align yourself with a group of people that admit that they hate everything that looks like you. So it's just giving Uncle Ruckus to me. I don't know.
There you
What
go.
what do you think, sis? It's giving Uncle Ruckus.
So, what I think about this, man, exactly. Stupid is as stupid does. The whole time that I've observed and I've been watching him and certain people like him is that
Yeah.
from the beginning we were like, oh, looking at you like, are you serious? You know, feelings a little hurt. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, you threw us under the bus, and we're looking like, for what? You stupid, stupid, stupid. Because when this is all over, what are you about to do? What are you about to do? You think you about to come back over here? No, we are done. We've seen your true colors. It's a wrap, homeboy. Like it's
Yeah.
done. Never ever ever. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad for them because of that. I know I don't really have sympathy, but like, you know, if I had to think about on a like, you have just ostracized yourself from everyone. You know,
Yeah.
the
Talk
black
about
people are
being on the
supposedly.
island. Yeah.
Exactly. We're supposedly some of the most compassionate people. We care, you know, even when we're not supposed to, with so many different things that
Mhm.
are happening in the world right now, and we're not taking you back. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
wrap. But
Me
and then
personally,
again, I
I
also want
yeah.
to agree with you about the conservative thing because, like, that's the one reason why it's so hard. Like, when we talk about, well, when they are now talking about Republicans and Democrats and things of that nature, all I'm hearing is
Yeah.
games. Like, it feels like games. So I'm like, no, I
Mhm.
definitely have conservative views, and I definitely have what you would say are liberal views, but I think that it's all in the balance. And
Yeah.
I'm not crazy that way, crazy that way. It's nuts. But I'm
Right.
sorry, I'll cut you off. You were
No,
saying
you're
something.
right
Go
because
ahead.
I have certain shit that I would, I guess, what some people would call a Republican viewpoint on, and then it's certain stuff like you say I have a Democratic viewpoint. That's why I think I more so lean towards independent because in one facet of another they both full of shit. You know, I can
Exactly.
name a list of things that the Democrats have done that have pissed me off, whether it's been their action or inaction to
Exactly.
injustice, and then I can look at some of the shit that the Republicans saying, like even this EBT SNAP situation.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, hey, the people that are struggling to feed their families, I absolutely, my heart go out to them. But I know some heifers walking around here with some $800 wigs on,
Huh.
complaining about
Huh.
that they had to spend $50 worth of cash on food. The fuck?
Which
Welcome
is
to our
crazy.
world. Like, have we met?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Exactly.
I
Mm-hmm.
get it, having you don't have to be locked in or go with everything your party says just because it's your party. You got to take this shit issue by issue, situation by
Exactly.
situation, and use your damn common sense. Nobody's right all the time, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I think about that.
Yeah, we got a little hype on that one, but
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. We went there. We went there.
All right.
All
So
right.
now we got the next segment there. What we got, Tracy?
We have agree or disagree. So we have the proposed blackout, mass blackout, that's supposed to be occurring November 25th through December 2nd. And do you agree or disagree that this is going to have some impact in solving the problems that we're facing as a nation, not just as our, our people, our culture? Yeah, show them that flyer, sister.
All right. See it. All right. There's that
Yeah.
flyer there. All right,
So what you
sis.
thinking, Phil?
Yeah, so when I think about all of the things involved all together, so we have, first of all these people that are, you know, the government is shut down, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I keep on saying, my bad job. But we have people that are not working, have to go to work, actually, mind you. They have to go to work to keep their jobs, but they're not getting paid. You have EBT, food stamps, whatever SNAP is, benefits are getting cut. People don't really have money, extra money, right? And so now we have these holidays coming up, and the government is being very stingy at the moment. And I think that people should be holding on to what they have and preparing to not spend it all up on meaningless holidays that are just made for us to spend up our money. We can say it's to spend time with our family, but all we got to do is go sit down somewhere and go spend time with our family. So, in the grand scheme of things, I agree that we should do it. Now, will it be effective and will everybody join in and do it? Is it something? So, I will say that with that portion, I don't know how effective it will be because I know how stubborn humans are. But if we're all sick and tired, then it's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
So here's my thing. Do I think we all should do it? Yes. Because traditionally, you hit people in the pockets, that's where the shit hurts, right? But given the tradition that we are also accustomed to and it almost hypnotized, you know what I mean? Like you're not a good mom or a good parent if you don't supply certain things that everybody else is going to have during this very same time frame, right? But what I've learned and what I've noticed is that I look forward to family game night more than I do the opening of the presents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I look
Exactly.
forward not so much to the food for Thanksgiving. I look forward to seeing cousins that I don't see that often. I look forward to, looking at family recipes being passed down. So it's not just the spending that will be affected. You got people that's going to be in the mindset that they're not going to enjoy the holiday season if they don't feed into the stereotype of what the day is supposed to be about, or the season is supposed to be about. So for me, yeah, we all should do it because traditionally you hit them in a pocket and you affect change, right? But will people do it? I'm not so sure. I think we're more in tune with just the tradition of it all to like really fully immerse ourselves in it as a collective. I don't think we're all going to do it. I think some people will be like, hey, I'm standing with my people and I really want to affect change, so I'm not going to participate. And then I know that I could be very well one of those people. I'm like, but no, they so used to this and I want to do this. I want this day to be what it's usually is. You know what I mean? So in those
No.
facets, I don't think those people should be ostracized or told they don't care about the cause or anything. This is going to be a personal decision for each household, and you got to do what you feel is best for you and yours.
I agree. I agree.
So
I agree. 100%.
that's where I'm at
And
with it.
for people like, I guess this is a little extra, but for people like me, I didn't stop, you know, doing some of these holidays to begin with for specifically the reasons why this blackout is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And just because, the things that we do on those holidays aren't necessarily indicative to what those holidays are related to. Like you said, tradition is tradition. And those were some of the hardest things that I had to do was break tradition. But it was
Mm-hmm.
because I thought it was something that was worth it and it meant something for me to raise my family in a certain way. So it's definitely not out of the order. Now, on the other hand, if you have been doing things like I've been doing, which is prepping and stuff, you get some stuff prepped
Okay.
real quick. That November 25th to the December 2nd ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't gonna be
All
nothing. It's
right.
gonna be easy peasy. Boom. But yeah.
I love that. That was a good one, sister.
Love it. Love it.
So we have arrived at the end of the show, and we've come up with something what we like to call end of the show thrills. That's where we pose a question so you all can continue to get to know me and my good sis. And this time we went with, what is your favorite comfort food? What's your favorite comfort food, sis?
Oh, sis. Man. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
You never
That's
cease
my
to amaze me.
comfort.
I so did not see that shit coming, sis. I did see that one.
Yes, peanut butter jelly. Man, I used to get my behind whooped over some peanut butter in my house. But yes, peanut. Actually, even to this day, my man has banned my kids from making me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. If I have to go,
That's
I have to get
serious.
up. So that's my comfort food. I could always get down on some PB and J.
Nah,
That is
look,
my favorite.
noted.
Yeah, boom. And I love a lot of different jellies. I love a lot of different jellies. There you
Okay.
go. And I like crunchy, smooth, natural, creamy. What I'm saying, I love peanut butter and jelly. But anyway,
What
back to
she
the show.
telling y'all is levels to this PB and J thing. It's levels to
All of that.
it.
So what
Hey,
you got,
sis.
sis? What's yours? What's
For
yours?
me, it's banana pudding. Banana pudding.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I used to rather have banana puddings rather than birthday cakes. I did not want a birthday cake. I wanted a banana
Yes.
pudding. And it's I don't think I started doing birthday cakes till I was like in my 20s. But like growing up, my mom told me, she was like, you ain't care about the type of cake, strawberry shortcake, you ain't care about none of that. You was like, where's my pudding? So yeah, banana pudding. That still get me right up
love
in this
that.
area.
Yes. Okay, so talking about banana pudding, so I'm pretty sure since you love it so much, you've been watching those other little, like the little cooking tutorials where they're using vanilla wafers and they're using the other rectangle ones, and then sometimes they got the bananas and the strawberries. What you feel about that? Okay, I
I
just wanted
like
to
the
make sure.
traditional. I wanted to have my granny. Shout out to Eunice and my
There we
mommy,
go.
Don. My mama, Donna. Shout out to y'all in heaven. I know everybody eating real good up there. So,
There you
yeah, no,
go.
I want the traditional banana pudding. I'm sorry. Y'all keep them old square situations. I don't even know what that's about.
Uh oh. That's funny.
Go on over
But
there. That's some new
yeah,
shit. That's some new shit.
love it, sis. Love it. But sis, tell them what else you got going on.
Okay, so you put up the flyer for me, sister. Which one you want to queue up for me? I got two I want to talk about.
So talk about both of them, and I'm gonna put them up later on in the editing. So we're gonna be cool.
No
And I'm gonna
problem.
cut that out. All
So,
right.
So if you don't know, you need to know. I'm a Sagittarius, big Sagittarius energy. And December 13th at the Piazza, me along with my business partners of Royalty Place Entertainment, we are hosting the Sneaker Boss Sagittarius B-Day Bash. Yeah. Yeah. It's December 13th at the Piazza. Here in Aurora,
Let's
Illinois,
go.
we got live performances by Crucial Conflict. A Grammy
Mm-hmm.
nominated Nivea will be in the building performing. We have a huge Michael Jackson tribute. Yeah, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be live. So
Oh,
y'all get y'all
that's
tickets.
crazy, sis.
Yes, get y'all tickets. And then I am nothing without my nonprofit. Y'all know about Tracy Cares. I talk about it on the show often. That feeds my soul in a way that none of my businesses do. I love my nonprofit. It's just about giving back. And right now we are doing Be the Change Veterans Day food can drive, right? So what we're gonna do, and if you know some veterans that need this service, you guys can inbox me or inbox my sister. She'll get word to me, and I can add these people to the list, and they will get groceries sent to them on November 11th, which is Veterans Day. So thank you to everybody who's donated to help me make like a big impact next week. I'm so excited. Keep the donations coming in because I'm gonna run back and forth to that store as many times as I can. So keep the money coming. I'll keep going to get cans and getting them to the people that need them. These people have given so much, because whatever you feel about the country, these people have fought for our freedom and they deserve to be supported when they return home and their families. So I'm so excited about that one. Be the change that you want to see,
Yes,
people.
sis.
Tracy
I
Cares,
love
clock
that.
it. That's all I got,
Yes.
sister.
That was lovely. Thank you so very much, you guys. We are still working on trying to get you all as much content as possible. But for now, please share all of these videos. Anything, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Because I know for damn sure we're going to be pushing on all of our Facebook, Instagram, TikToks, all of our little groups. We're going to do it. And also,
Yeah.
don't forget to send us your work stories, okay, or at least some videos that you think are interesting. You want us to see, see us talk about them and discuss our opinions. So let
Yes.
us know. We love
This is
you.
a good
Anything
one.
else is? I know,
No, this is a good
right?
one. I love you so much. Yeah.
Love you
Take
too.
me through there. We took them through there. Yeah, yeah. Love you guys. See you next
Perfect.
time.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.